GSR scarf. Let's get started. Hiyo! First of all, please check my description box for all the details. I include everything you need down there. Today, I am going to show you how to knit this beautiful German short roll scarf. As you can see, there are many circular sectors and looks like I sewed them up, but I didn't. It's completely seamless and you can knit as long as you want. So at the bottom, this is how I started. I make one sector and the other from right to left. The 5 sectors, that's one row. And after that, second row, 5 sectors again. And on and on and on and on. I have 5 sectors in one row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do 4 if you want. And one sector, you can make it bigger or smaller. So how you decide? You have to decide your base circular sector bottom stitch count. This has to be even number, that part. I have 16 stitches. You can make it bigger or smaller. Okay, I have 16 and 5 sectors. Another word, I have 80 cast on. Anyway, the length is 13 inches, but the real length is right there. Right? Why? Because of the shape of this scarf. This is not going to be rectangle. You can see the blue drawing on the left corner, the bottom one. That's the shape you're going to make. Okay? So anyway, the total length was 52. But again, you can knit as many as you want. And cast on number is your base circular sector bottom stitch count times how many sector you want. So for me, 16 times 5 equal 80. My cast on is 80 stitches. And this time you have to use cable cast on. Okay, so the one slip knot and knit 1. You have 2 cast on. Then you grab the needle on your left hand and you put the needle into those 2 stitches. Then knit 1 and kind of twist it and hook onto left needle, and you put the needle in between first and second one again and then knit 1. Then kind of twist, hook on. That's how you do it. And I make 80 cast on, okay? Which is multiple of your base stitch count. My base is 16 times 5 sector. That's why 80. There you go. So let's do first row, okay? You don't have to turn around because your working yarn is attached to first stitch. So first row and row number 1, knit 16. That's my baseline, right? So I just want to tell you, every time you turn the work, you have to make German short row double stitch. That's what you have to remember. Okay, short row. You have to turn the work before you complete the row. Okay, and when you turn the work during the row, you create the little gap, and you have to kind of close that gap. That's what the short row is. Anyway, so knit 16. Make sure you have to count, and then turn the work. Now it's wrong side, but it doesn't really matter in this case. And then yarn front, okay, slip 1 purlwise. Then tag the working yarn, but I am going to add marker and tag the working yarn like a behind. As you can see, before tug, there's only one stitch, but if you tug, 2 stitch. That's the German short row double stitch. And then knit 15. In other words, knit until the end. Okay? Then turn. Again, when you turn, you have to do German short row. Well, in this case, it's not end of the, it's not during the project, but you have to make German short row. So, as you can see, behind the marker, that's German short row double stitch, right? So that's the indication, okay? So yarn front, slip knitwise, marker, and then tag the working yarn to make double stitch. Then knit until the marker. In other words, knit until the German short row double stitch. But the reason why I use the marker, because if you're a beginner, sometimes you don't understand which one is regular knit stitch and which one is the German short row double stitch. So until you get used to, I think you should use marker. Okay, anyway, I knit until the marker, turn the work, and slip 1 purlwise, replace the marker again, then tug the yarn to create the double stitch and knit until the other side of the marker. So you're making double stitch every time you turn, right? Which means the regular knit stitch is getting less and less. You know what I'm saying, right? Because every time you turn, you create the German short row. Double stitch means, there you go, right here, slide. That's the reason why the shape is going to be circular sector, because less and less, like a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to repeat row number 3 until all the knit stitches gone. What do you mean gone? Okay, all the knit stitch become German short row double stitch. There we go. Now I have only 2, and turn and create the double stitch, and there's one more, right? So I knit one more stitch right here, then remove the marker. Well, you have to turn around and remove the marker, and this is going to be last stitch to create the German short row double stitch. There we go. So both side, the right needle and left needle, I have 8 double stitch each needle. Okay, looks like a 16 more. The but it's double stitch. That's why it looks more stitches, but 8. So forget about the right needle stitch. Don't turn around yet, okay? So you are going to do the German short row, knit 2 together, only left side of the needle. The right side, just leave it as is, okay? So once you create the last double stitch, don't turn around, don't turn the project, and just do the German short row, knit 2 together, only half of the side, which is left side. So I did 8 German short row, knit 2 together. This is the end of first sector, not the first row yet. There we go. This is end. Okay? So right side, double stitch, left side, just regular knit. Fine. And add marker. Okay? I just want to make sure because I am going to do second row. There we go. Not the second row, second sector. So repeat row number 1 to row number 4. So put the marker and knit 16. Sounds similar, right? Which is actually exactly same as the first sector. So knit 16 and then turn. Okay? The blue marker, that's just because, sometimes I forget where to start from for the second sector. That's why I just want to make sure, this is end of the sector 1 and this is starting from sector 2. Okay, so I just create the first German short row double stitch and knit until the marker. Okay, and then do the same thing, just back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and until all the stitches are gone, right? I mean gone to the German short row double stitch. There you go. Now you don't need that blue marker and turn around, double stitch, yarn front and tug. There you go. And add marker. Simple. And this is great project to overcome German short row. A lot of people don't like the short row, but it's not difficult. Anyway, there you go. 1 or 2 last one, I can't really see. And turn around and slip 1 purlwise. Okay, there's 1 more, I believe. And knit 1 there. Then turn around. And this is the last double. Don't turn the work, okay? Just keep it and German short row knit 2 together. By the way, this is actually last sector, the number 5 sectors, because it's all same. Okay, so once you're done making, double stitch, this is row number 4, and then just knit 2 together only left side. There we go. Done, but it's not done for the first row. Okay, so now you have to go all the way to the other side. Okay, but because I want to make, rhombus shape, okay, I have to do a little trick, which is I have to bind off the half of the stitch, which is for me 8. So I am going to bind 8 stitch off. This is row number 5. Okay. So 1, 2. So as you might know what I'm going to do, I bind off 8, okay, and then the other side I am going to add 8 new stitch. So it's not gonna be rectangle shape. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. And I think I have 2 more stitch to bind off. And right here it's a little bit jammed, so I'm getting confused. No, there's 1 stitch ahead. Yeah, there we go. Now I found it. So this is 7th bind off and last bind off. There we go. Knit the first German short row double stitch, and then there you go. I just bind off 8, and after this knit all the way. Just knit. If it's double stitch, knit 2 together. German short row, knit 2 together, and if it's regular stitch, just knit. Okay, just do it. And the other side is the first, a sector in first row, always starting the other side. Okay, I actually put the clip-on marker there to make sure. There you go. Just go back to the other side. There you go. Now, the bind off at the end, and this is the second row starts. And as I told you, I bind off 8, so I have to add 8 new cast. Again, cable cast on. And start all over. You know what I'm saying? This is second row. And do the exactly same thing after this. There we go. So the row number 1 is knit 16, right? This is super easy. By the way, the reason why I bind off 8 and add 8 new cast on the other side, because I don't want every sector overlapping. You know what I'm saying? Half stitch, little bit move forward, which means at the end, half stitch shorter. That makes the shape kind of rhombus shape. You know what I'm saying? It's not completely rectangle. Okay, so I just knit 16. I just want to make sure about it and turn around. Once you turn around, make the double stitch and add marker and knit back. Knit 15 or knit until the double stitch, or if you're using marker, knit until the marker. Okay, and you just keep doing row number 3 until all the stitch is gone. Okay, and I'll show you one more time, okay, to bind off, which is row number 5, right? Just again, I'm just showing you the sector is not going to be overlapping completely, just a half, right? So keep making, one sector at a time. And meet you row number 5 on second row. Okay? And here comes. There we go. I made 5 sectors in second row. And now I gotta finish this second row, which is I have to bind off this side and knit all the way. And the other side, I have to add 8 new cast. And now I want to talk about the color of yarn. I don't think you should use solid color because you want to show the each sector's shape. You know what I'm saying? If you're using the just a solid color, it's really hard to see, right? Also, I don't really want you to use very busy, color changing or mixed color, okay? I think the best yarn is the color gradually changes, just like, the one I'm using, okay? Then it shows more clearly, okay? Anyway, I just finished the, binding off, and I'm gonna knit all the way and start all over again. And this is the tip. Without the markers, once you get used to, I don't think you need to use the markers because it's, remove it and replace it, and there you go. As you can see, there's a clearly double stitch. Then turn. But again, if you're not sure, or if you have a marker, it's easier, please go ahead to use. But for me, I didn't really use the marker, to be honest. So it's really up to you. Okay, anyway, let's finish this scarf. The last row, you have to finish on row number 4. Do you remember row number 5? Just bind 8 stitch off, right? That's not enough. So this is how much I left, and I'm not quite sure, I can do one more, row, and I think I did. And then anyway, when you finish, stop row number 4. There you go. That's row number 4. And again, row number 5, just bind off 8 stitches, right? But this time, you just bind all off. That's it. Okay? So that's about it. It's super easy. And once you finish this scarf, you are the master of German short row. Okay? There you go. Just bind off. So this is it today. As you can see, it's beautiful, beautiful color changing, and each circular sector, it shows clearly, right? And looks like, seaming, but it's not. It's completely seamless. Okay? If you want to add something around the edge, you can do that, you know, the frame, I mean. But I don't think so, not for me. Anyway, it's beautiful, you know, kind of wavy looking at the end. And this is long enough, you know, about 52 inches long. And each, you know, one sector, the longest is about 2.5 inch. And total of 13. Yeah, 2.5 times 5. Yeah, about right. And the width is 66.5. It's long enough for scarf. There you go. I just want to make sure the length. It's fun knitting. It's good practice for JSR. Anyway, if you want to knit something light, you know, not like sweaters and stuff, this is actually a good project. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Okay? Bye for now.